On Carolina News, USC tragedy. We have the latest on the student who went missing this past Saturday. Then, campaign trail continues. President Donald Trump makes his return following COVID. Find out where and when.
When this is the most important election of our lives.
Finally, consignment comeback. We'll tell you how one consignment shop is giving back to the community. All that and more, starting right now.
From the University of South Carolina, your news, your sports, your weather. Carolina News begins now.
Hello and welcome to Carolina News. I'm Nicole Grzymowski.
Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Kyle Thomas. This afternoon, the coroner's office released the cause of death for 19-year-old USC student Samuel London.
The cause of death was ruled to be blunt force trauma to the head and body. Our reporter Anya Brantley is live at the quarry with the latest. Anya?
Thanks, guys. I'm here in front of Vulcan Quarry where the body of 19-year-old U of SC student Samuel London was found yesterday evening. Residents who live near the quarry described this area as dangerous, saying that there's a steep drop from the road to the area where he was found. Richland County Sheriff's Department declined to make a comment on whether there is a pending murder investigation or whether they suspect foul play. But students in the area are growing increasingly concerned about the number of incidents in their neighborhood.
It feels almost as if it feels like a bad thing's going to happen every single year, something just totally off the wall, where a student that you wouldn't really expect anything to happen to, like something mysterious happens to them, and it feels like it kind of just shell shocks the general student body.
This morning, the Richland County Coroner's Office confirmed through a statement from the university that the body found yesterday evening does belong to junior U of SC student Samuel London. While the Richland County Sheriff's Department declined to comment, the investigators revealed that on Friday, London was walking home with friends in the Olympia-Granby area when he jumped a fence in hopes of getting to his destination quicker. When his friends called a rideshare service to take them home, he declined to join them. The friends did not report London missing until later Saturday afternoon. That same afternoon, Richland County conducted a canine search, a search on foot, and used an aerial drone in the area between Georgia Street and Rivers Edge Apartments. Sunday afternoon, investigators used a helicopter to perform a search of the areas where London was last reported seen. Residents of the neighborhood are more reserved with being out and about during this time.
I just think that everyone's a little bit more cautious, a little bit more anxious.
Currently, there have been no arrests made in the case, but if you or anyone you know any information, you're encouraged to call Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. Reporting from Vulcan Quarry for Carolina News, I'm Anya Brantley. Back to you guys in the studio.
There was a shooting on Rosewood Drive this weekend that left one man dead. Columbia police responded to a call around midnight on Sunday where they found a man with gunshot wounds. Richland County Coroner Gary Watts announced that he will release the victim's name after alerting the next of kin. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact Crime Stoppers.
The Charleston Police Department have charged a woman with armed robbery after she met a man through an escort service. 33-year-old Brittany Lynn Smith was at Charleston Place Hotel at midnight in late September when she robbed a man who hired her as an escort. Smith took $200 before pulling out a gun and fleeing. She is currently being held at the Al Cannon Detention Center and has yet to be assigned bond. Doc Antle from Netflix's Tiger King has been indicted on wildlife trafficking charges. It was found that Antle had trafficked cubs from a private zoo in South Carolina to an animal park in Virginia. A search warrant seized 119 animals from Antle in the Virginia park. Antle believes that the Tiger King show put a negative light on his treatment of animals, and he will be looking to clear his name.
Now we're going to switch it over to weather. Dylan Clark is live at the Kennedy Greenhouse with our first forecast. Dylan?
Thanks, guys. It was a cloudy start to your Monday morning. Not exactly what you want to look out the window to see. But as you can see behind me, things have gotten so much better. Ideal temperatures here for an October in Columbia. I'll have all that and more coming up later in the newscast. But let's get you back to the studio with Kyle and Nicole. Guys?
The battle begins on Capitol Hill for the possible Supreme Court confirmation of Amy Coney Barrett. With the election less than 3 weeks away, these hearings should be as contentious as ever. CNN's Nadia Romero has the report.
President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, appearing today before the Senate Judiciary Committee for the first day of confirmation hearings.
The person appearing before this committee is in a category of excellence.
Since the announcement of her nomination, Barrett has been at the center of a political firestorm.
This is going to be a long, contentious week.
The divisiveness evident from the start of the hearings.
Why are Senate Republicans so afraid to give the American people a voice about the future of the Supreme Court?
Republicans
are following the Constitution and the precedent. It seems Democrats would rather just ignore both.
With the election just 3 weeks away, Republicans eager to confirm her expeditiously, but Democrats still are crying foul over the speed of the process.
Senate Republicans are pressing forward, full speed ahead, to consolidate a court that will carry their policies forward.
And over the nominee, as Barrett's conservative bona fides are likely to ensure a 6-3 conservative majority on the court, which could endanger key Democratic priorities.
The future of the Affordable Care Act and so many other issues hanging in the balance. Voting rights, civil rights, the right to privacy and choice.
But Republicans say she has the qualifications to be an ideal Supreme Court justice.
At the end of this process, you will be confirmed to the United States Supreme Court.
In Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
The confirmation hearings are expected to last the rest of the week.
The second presidential debate between President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden has been canceled. The Commission on Presidential Debates made the call early Friday afternoon when the back-and-forth campaigns were The Trump campaign refused to do a virtual debate after Trump's COVID-19 diagnosis and insisted on rescheduling the event. The Biden campaign did not agree and has decided to host a town hall on the same night. Sources say that Trump plans on doing the same. The third debate is still scheduled for October 22nd. President Trump is planning to return to the campaigning trail this week as he travels to Florida. After being in the hospital for a week, being hospitalized for COVID-19, Trump will visit Sanford, Florida for a rally that was originally scheduled the day after he tested positive. President Trump already had a White House rally on Saturday where masks were required and stated how important it is to rally support.
I'm going to be out in Florida tomorrow working very hard because this is an election we have to win. This is the most important election of our lives.
Joe Biden is also campaigning to Ohio, which is another battleground state.
The director of National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, Dr. Anthony Fauci, says he was taken out of context in a campaign ad for President Trump. Fauci says he did not consent to being in the ad, nor does he endorse any political candidate. The ad shows him saying, quote, "I can't imagine that anybody could be doing more." Fauci says he was talking about the coronavirus task force's around-the-clock response to the virus 7 months ago, and not about Trump's overall handling of the pandemic. Moving on to the race between Lindsey Graham and Jamie Harrison, where Harrison has shattered a record for fundraising. In just 3 months, South Carolina Democrat Harrison has raised $57 million, in which tops the previous record set by Texas's Beto O'Rourke by $19 million. The campaign said on Sunday the total was the largest ever in that amount of time by any state candidate.
Many Richland County voters are becoming impatient as absentee ballots by mail continue to be delayed. Officials accredit the delays to a data file issue that was uploaded to their mailing service vendor. According to the Richland County Board of Voter Registration, the problem has since been resolved, but many voters are still waiting.
I have called the helpline at the Richland County Board of Voter Registration 3 different times this week and have gotten 3 different responses. And all 3 of them are different from what you just said.
The Richland County Voter Registration and Election Board must receive your ballot by 7 p.m. on Election Day. The United States Postal Service will be undergoing a temporary price increase that will take effect from October 18th to December 27th. This temporary price adjustment is in response to increased expenses and heightened demand for online shopping due to the coronavirus pandemic and holiday e-commerce. No structural changes are planned yet as part of the limited time pricing initiative. Retail pricing and international products will remain unaffected. Coming up next on Carolina News,
we have the latest on South Carolina COVID numbers. Find out how businesses are up and running despite the pandemic right after the break.